Hi, welcome to KRISHNA'S TechLearn. I am starting the manual testing tutorials. This is the lesson 1. In this lesson, I am going to be mainly focusing on the software development lifecycle modules. These are the following contents I am going to be discussing. Mainly discussing about what is a software, the major differences between the project versus the product, and the software development lifecycle modules. World as software development lifecycle modules and the advanced software development lifecycle modules. Here I am going to be discussing about the software. What is meant by software? A set of interconnected executable programs is called a software. What is the difference between the project and the product? When it is calling as a project, when it is calling as a product. When the software was developed for the specific client requirements, then that software is called as a project or application. When software was developed depends on the market requirements, then that software is called as product. Software development life cycle. What it means exactly, the process to follow to develop a new software project or product is called as a software development life cycle modules. Here, this is the old software development lifecycle module, which we are calling as a waterfall module. When an organization need to follow this module, when the requirements are clear and the requirements are freezed, then only we are following the waterfall module. And another name of this waterfall module is linear sequential model. How this module will be going to be implemented in any project or else any product base. First of all, starting with the software bidding. Bidding means a proposal to develop a new software, and CEO is going to be conducting one kickoff meeting. He is going to be selecting one project manager. Project manager is responsible to prepare the PIN. PIN means project or product initiation notes. Then business analyst will be going to be collecting all the requirement gathering itself, and system analyst is going to be starting the analysis on it. Technical architect is going to be starting the design outlet of that product or else a project. Few programmers are going to be starting the implementation of the coding, and few programmers are going to be conducting testing on it. Then releasing. There we are having the CCB board itself. CCB means change control board itself. Then we are going to be releasing. After releasing that, we are providing the support, maintenance, and the service. This is the waterfall module. And next one is the prototype module. When organization can follow this module means the requirements is not clear, then only we are going to be following this model itself. Whenever the client is saying that he is having some expectations, assuming module, then only we are using this type of the prototype model. Just we are preparing the screens for it, and we are simply giving a clarity to the requirements. Is it the requirement is clear, like that we are showing to the client itself. Then after getting the client acceptance, we are going to be starting the design part, and that next testing and the releasing of the product itself. Here also the same story we are having in the waterfall module, what we seen in the earlier itself. Bid software bidding, next kickoff meeting, PIN, and the business analyst is going to be collecting all the requirements. Of the requirements, here we are simply developing a prototype screens itself. Those should be shown to the client or else a customer itself. Then we are getting that approval from the client side people. Then we are starting that analysis on it, and the implementation, designing, and everything we are going to be starting here. The same thing here, we are going to be implementing the coding and the testing, releasing, and the support and the services we are going to be providing here. Next one is the incremental model. When we are following this incremental model, the client requirements are clear and having the huge, then the organization will follow the incremental model itself. Means piece by piece or installment we are going to be providing, we are going to be implementing, simply we can say it as. Here we are going to be calling as SRG, means some requirement gathering here and starting the analysis, designing, coding, testing, releasing, and the maintenance itself. Next, this is the spiral module. We can call it as a sprint type module also. Regularly, the client requirements are enhancing, and the organization can follow this module itself. Requirements gathering, here also the same story will be having requirements gathering, analysis, design, coding, testing, release, maintenance, support, and again we are having that enhancements. Again we are starting on it, designing, coding, testing, releasing. The same cycle will be going on here. For example, if we see in the earlier the Gmail, how it will be having. For example, if I'm considering it as an example, the earlier Gmail and the present Gmail itself. Earlier we are having that if we want to use any Gmail means, first of all I need to fill the registration form. Next I need to enter I need to create, after creating that registration form, after filling the registration form, I am able to getting that username and the password. Earlier it was in the username and the password in the same page itself. If you are seeing now, the Gmail means we are having the login page. It means in the username we are entering in one page and the password we are entering in the next page, like that. 1.0 if we are considering as the earlier one, the present one we can consider as a 2.0 or 3.0 or 4.0, like that. That is the best example for here, the sprint wise means. Next, rapid application development model. When customer requirements are similar to the previous project, organization can follow this RAD model by copying the old projects and they will release as a new software. And here the one note is I'm going to be discussing here. We need to we need to clear here itself. In old SDLC modules, testing will come after coding stage only. This testing is conducted by developers or programmers. Due to these reasons, organization can go to advanced SDLC modules now. They are Fish module, V module, Agile module, and DevOps. In this model, testing will comes in multiple stages and separate testers are working in those stages. Those testers are working in the client and the customer expectation levels, like that. When we are calling a quality software, it should meet the customer or client expectations, like functionalities wise and the features wise, cost of the software, and time to release. These three factors should be satisfied means then only we are calling as quality of that software. Advanced software development lifecycle modules. Here, to release a quality software to the customer or the client, organization can follow the advanced SDLC modules. Now, in old SDLC module, testing will come after coding stage only, right? There is no testing before the coding or during the coding. We seen all the models like Waterfall Model, RAD module, Prototype Model, Incremental Model, and the Spiral Model. If we compare all those modules, we seen the testing will be comes after the design only. Now in the advanced software development lifecycle modules, we are having in middle of the stages itself, multiple stages, and separate testers will come to test the quality of that software to the client expected level itself. Here in this Fish module, I am going to be discussing where we are going to be using this Fish modules itself, where we are having the high end of that artificial intelligence. There we can use this Fish module. Why? Because it is a little bit of costly thing itself. Here also the same story we are having. Project manager he is the responsible to prepare the pin of that project document. BA is going to be preparing that BRS document itself. BRS means business requirement specification document, and SRS will be prepared by the SCA team itself, system analyst team. SRS means software requirement specification document. These all should be reviewed by the another BAs and the SCAs and the SRS team and the TA team itself. TA team means technical architect team. They are going to be designing the high level designs and the low level designs itself. Why another people is going to be reviewing means to get the completeness and the correctness of the code itself. If we is considering here the structure of that fish module means it is a fish bone like structure. Because of that it is calling as a fish module. Here I told right, BRS business requirement specification document, it should be prepared by the BAs and should be reviewed by the another BA. Like that only the reviewing part we are calling as a verification or static testing. The whole validation parts, what is meant by validation here means after completion of the designs, few programmers are starting the coding, next few programmers are starting the integration, next software testing team is going to be coming into the picture, they are going to be starting the testing itself based on that stories and they are going to be testing on it. Stories in the sense here the futures. Next they are going to be providing to the client acceptance of that build or else that product or in the project. Then they are going to be few programs are going to be releasing it. These unit testing, integration testing, client acceptance testing and a few programmers are going to be releasing, right? These four parts we are calling as a validation testing or dynamic testing. Here also we are providing the same. CCB maintenance team is going to be providing the maintenance, support and the services here. Here the note for this fish module is it is a time taking and the costliest module, but this model can release quality guaranteed software. Due to this reason fish module is famous for the artificial intelligence domain and V module is famous for the command control and the commercial domains itself. Artificial intelligence like satellites, aeronautics and the health equipments. Commercial domains like banking, insurance, healthcare, e-commerce and the logistics. And another module, this is the V module, verification and the validation module itself. It was introduced by the William Evan Ferris. Here also the same story we are going to be getting here. Project manager, he is responsible to prepare the project pin itself or product pin. Pin means product initiation note itself. BA people is going to be gathering the requirements from the client and they are going to be preparing that BRS documents or the CRS documents and the URS documents also. BRS means business requirement specification, customer requirement specification, user requirement specification here. Same business analyst is going to be reviewing the requirements and the specification for the completeness and the correctness of that product or the project. And system analyst can prepare a system requirement specification by analyzing the requirement in the business requirement specification. Same system analyst can review system requirement specification for the completeness and the correctness. TA people can prepare the HLDs and the LLDs with respect to the system requirement specification. Same technical analyst can review HLDs and the LLDs for the completeness and the correctness. Developers can perform the coding with respect to the design. Same developers can conduct the unit testing on the programmer and the program with respect to the LLDs. Developers can interconnect programs to build a sprint. Same developer can test the program interconnect with respect to HLDs also. A separate testing team can start the testing software with respect to the client requirements and expectations. Client side people can give you feedback on the software with respect to the BRS is called as acceptance testing. Few developers and the testers can release software to client side and they conduct release testing itself. CCB freshers will take care of changing in the release software calling as the maintenance support services. This is the structure of that V module itself. Verification and validation, both we are going to be doing here. Next one, DevOps module. DevOps stands for the development and operations, release and the maintenance here. This module is an extension to Agile Scrum itself. In this model, one single team can involve from requirement gathering and maintenance. In this process, corresponding team can use a set of management tools is called as a DevOps tools. Requirements gathering here, the same stories here also we can see requirement gathering, analysis, designing, coding, testing. Analysis, design, coding, testing. This will be comes under the development part itself. Next we are releasing, maintenance, need to enhance. These three will comes under the operation management team itself. To do those operations we are having some management tools like Jenkins. We are going to be using in the DevOps itself. Another one is the Agile module. Most of that Agile in the market, Agile is in the boom now itself. Most of the projects are going in Agile itself. Agile module is a different because it is a manifesto based module. For Agile manifesto, individual and interaction over the process and the tools. Working software over comprehensive document itself. We need to follow must and should everything in the document format in the while we are in the Agile project means. In our project is in the Agile means we need to prepare everything in a document format. Customer and the collaboration over contract negotiation, responding to change overflow over following plan itself. In Agile we can get some sub-modules like the shown below: Scrum, Agile Scrum, Extreme Programming, Adaptive Software Development, Dynamic System Development module. In above Agile sub-module is Agile Scrum is very popular. We can see in the upcoming tutorials itself. Thanks for watching my video. Please like, share and subscribe KRISHNA'S Tech Line. Thank you everyone.